Welcome back, everybody. This is Module 2. So we're going to go into more detail on how to prepare for the 12-week weight loss program. We're going to talk about the tools that you'll need, the apps that you'll need to really be prepared for this, okay? All right, let's get into it. So this is going to be your preliminary to-do checklist. First off, that email that I sent you, that's how you're able to access these videos. They have all the links in there. It also gives you directions on how to download the LunaFit app, which should work on both Android and iPhone. Now, completely optional if you do not have a smartphone, or maybe you just don't want to use your phone at all and you want to do it completely through the website, that is also fine. You just go to www.lunafit.com. In addition to downloading the LunaFit app, you also will have to download MyFitnessPal. That is an application available through iPhone and Android where you basically just log your food. So we want to make sure that you're in your calorie deficit during this program, again, to lose that weight. But you need to download MyFitnessPal, create an account for both the LunaFit app and MyFitnessPal. And in the next slide, we're going to talk about how to integrate the two together. In addition, you also will need a food scale. I have mine here. This one I bought from Amazon. I think it was like $10 or something. You can find them at Walmart. I saw one earlier at Fry's. Just like a simple little one. It's fine, nothing super fancy. Also, it's not on the slide here, but I do recommend some measuring cups. Just a basic measuring cups. You can also find them like at the dollar store. And then also very, very important is a body scale. It could be a digital one like the one you see here on the screen, or it could be like a manual one. You just need a body scale for this program. It is mandatory. You are required to weigh yourself every morning after you go to the bathroom with no clothes on. And we're gonna track that data in the app. Okay. All right, so now that you've downloaded the LunaFit app, downloaded MyFitnessPal, you have a username, password, both apps are working now. We need to integrate the apps together so that way when I look at your information in the app, I see your food logs in there from MyFitnessPal. So in order to get that process started from MyFitnessPal, it should be on the lower right-hand corner. It says More. You're going to click on that, and that's from the dashboard. And then you're going to click on Apps, select Apps and Devices, All Apps, and then make sure that you have LunaFit app downloaded, and then you're going to connect that way. Okay. In the LunaFit app, you're going to enter your height, your weight, and then your weight loss goal. For this program, it's going to be at least 5%. 5% is or 5% weight loss is technically clinically significant. There are, even with just 5% weight loss, you can see improvements in your body. There's a lot of research to back that up. So for example, if your current weight is 185 pounds, a 5% weight loss of that is approximately 175 pounds. So you could be losing about 10, maybe 10 to 12 pounds during this program. We do recommend about a pound per week. So give or take, that's kind of a healthy way to look at it. Anything more than that, we just really want to make sure that we're not like starving ourselves or anything like that. And we'll get into that in a little bit, talking about calorie deficit. But again, we want to make this a lifestyle change, not a quick fix, you know, lose like 30 pounds in a month. Like that's not what this is about, okay? If you have any questions or issues with the technology, please let me know, especially before the program gets started, okay? All right, so now that we have everything integrated, it's nice and downloaded, I'm just gonna go a little bit more in depth of the app itself. Now, I created this app and I wanted to make it super basic for you. This program is for people that literally have like no background in weight loss, or like maybe they've never participated in a virtual program before. Maybe you're not super tech savvy. I really wanted to make it welcoming for everybody from all backgrounds. So there's 4 main sections to the app. There's the homepage. The homepage is going to have, you know, like the questionnaires, any like little newsletters, things like that. And then there's going to be a tab that says guides. It's going to be all of like the recipes, you know, talking about meal planning. There's a meal plan guide. There's different recipe guides. There's like a low carb guide. There's even like a plant-based recipe guide. All kinds of PDF documents that you can download, or you can just read from the screen. You can actually download it directly to your phone as well. But if you're like me, I like printing everything out. I'm kind of old school like that. And then there's the U tab. That's your biometrics. So that's all of your like your weight, your height. You can also add additional data in there if you wanted to. Like you can add any blood work from your doctor. Remember, I am partnering with your healthcare provider. So if you want to add data from your provider into the app, that's also fine, but it's not required. Honestly, really all that's required for your biometrics is your food logs and your weight over time. Like I said in the previous slide, it is expected that you weigh yourself every day. If that is an issue for you, we can talk about that, and maybe you can do it like a couple times a week. But again, it is required for the program to weigh yourself, okay? And then there's a whole tab just about physical activity. So there's going to be some guides on physical activity, the National Institute of Health. We're going to have a whole module that talks just about physical activity. There's going to be some guides in there on how to navigate the gym, you know, different types of fitness, aerobic versus non-aerobic, introduction to weightlifting, really basic weightlifting moves that you can do. Also, we're going to talk in the physical activity module, we'll talk about tracking your steps. You're also going to integrate your pedometer or your phone pedometer, like with the iPhone, it comes with the health app. So you can actually integrate the iPhone health app into LunaFit and it'll track all your steps as long as you have your phone on your person. If you want to get maybe like a Fitbit like me, again, we're going to talk about that later, but all of that data will be stored in the physical activity tab in the app. All right, so a little more depth on expectations. Like I just said earlier, you are expected to weigh yourself every day in the morning after you go to the bathroom and weighing yourself with no clothes on. This is so we get an exact weight for every day for the next 12 weeks. You are also expected to meet with me once a week, either through phone or Zoom. I highly encourage you to meet with me through Zoom. It's just a lot more personable that way. I'm going to send you an email every week with that link, and you can schedule the meeting when you're free. Remember, again, once a week, just for 30 minutes. And then in addition, before we meet, you need to fill out the survey that's in the app. It's going to be a really basic, there's only a couple questions on there. It's a basic questionnaire. We're going to go more in depth about that in another module later. It's all about check-ins. We call them weekly check-ins. Basically just talk about how are things going. Are you enjoying your meals? Are you meeting your your calorie needs? Are you under eating? Are you overeating? Are you able to be active? We'll kind of talk through those things during the weekly check-ins, but these are the main expectations. I just want you to be consistent and honest with me. If you're having issues, we can talk through it, okay? All right, we've made it to the last slide of Module 2. Can you believe it? So what's next? So in the next module, it's going to be pretty in-depth. We're going to talk all about the calorie deficit. That is the foundation of weight loss, right? Is eating less and burning more. We're going to go into the science of calories. We're going to talk about macronutrients, really just the basics of being in a calorie deficit. I'm going to help you figure that out. If you're still kind of confused and not really sure, that's totally fine. I can also help you calculate your calorie deficit in our first one-on-one meeting in that first week of the weight loss program, okay?